How you doing there, folks? Welcome to another episode of the TabsFolders show. We have an exciting show for you guys today. And as always, don't forget that you can also follow all of the screenshots, assets, links that we share with you for every live stream right here with this QR code. So just keep that in mind. Praveen and Camille, you guys are looking good, by the way. Praveen, you're looking a little dark, but I like how you're standing up.
Yes, thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Bruce. Thank you. Glad to be here. You're looking good as well. See a fresh haircut today.
And like new shirt just for the show. I thought it was looking clean, so I was like, okay, cool. I'll take that. I'll try it out. So yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, guys, this one has been a show that you've been waiting for quite some time. We have some previews, more in-depth previews from TabsFolders 2.0, as well as the upcoming TabsFolders 1.5 update. So, Camille, let's just jump right on in. Let's show them what we got.
Sure, sounds good. So here's my screen. So, dear users, this is TabsFolders 1.5. We previewed a little bit of it, I believe, on last week's show. This is basically ready. The new UI looks like this. All the arrows, minimizations of the screens or the tabs in the screen are there with the arrow to the right or up. Sorting is in this menu here, this drop-down menus. As with the current TabsFolders, sorting is different for each left and right window or left and right tab, let's say. And of course, you can minimize and maximize the left tab so that it shows on all the screen. The whole screen. This comes in handy when you have a lot of sub folders in trees and they extend to the right. So that's when this view is easier or comes in handy that you have a much wider screen. Slash also if you have smaller screens on like if you're working on a smaller screen, for example, then this view allows you to have just one list of folders and files. Let me show you what I mean. That if we kind of make this a little bit smaller here, again, if you're working on a smaller screen, this one view, one panel, what you can still work with and see your bookmarks. With two panels, it gets a bit crowded. So coming back, the main feature that we added in the past week, and basically 1.5 is ready for release. We will be adding it to the Chrome store tomorrow and waiting for Google's approval and Microsoft store as well. Their approval usually takes a week. Unfortunately, it's a lot longer than Google's, but basically tomorrow we will be uploading the release to the stores. The one main functionality that we added beyond, of course, the total UI refresh that a lot of users have been asking for a long time to make it look more modern. The main feature is notes. And with notes, we've added a rich text editor. And here you can basically, write a little test note. Then you can make it fully bold, center the text, etc. So it's a full rich text editor. It's TinyMC currently. And you can also add links. So for example, here, if I want to make test a link, I right click on it and I can add a URL, https://.com, title, folders, and let's open it in current window. Click. Now, as you see, it's outlined in blue that it's a link, and you can open link with right-clicking, and boom, it opens the website. So you can store a note with links or bookmarks on your bookmark. So it's a second level, but the point is it's a full rich text markdown rich text editor, which means the key thing that you can do actually. Let me add the note again, is I can go into this TabsFolders help page, for example. I can select this text with that's marked down as in, different fonts, etc. And the picture, I can copy it, go back to TabsFolders, paste, and we have the whole web page really saved here. So for example, if you save a bookmark to TabsFolders to this sharing page, but want to highlight something specifically on the page, that this is what is interesting to you, you can just copy and paste the whole text and images to the rich text editor here, and save, and basically right there your note is added to TabsFolders. So when you click on a link or a bookmark or a folder, you can see that the note is here in a small version. To edit it or to see the full text, you just click the read more edit, and the editor comes up with the full text that's saved. You can then either cancel, make changes, or delete the note. And in tomorrow's release, basically, when you add a note to a bookmark or folder, you will have an icon like this little yellow square box on the in this corner here on the left lower corner. There'll be a yellow box with 2 lines, and that'll indicate that that a bookmark or folder has a note already attached to it. Yeah, so that's notes, the notes feature. It's coming out tomorrow. It will be uploaded version 1.5 with notes and a completely redone UI. It will be uploaded to the Chrome Web Store, and hopefully by Monday, with Chrome approval, it should be in your browser and off to the races, as they say.
I had a pleasant smile and almost like a little bit of shock because I didn't even know you could copy screenshots into the notes. I was like, okay, that's bitchin', that's sexy. I was like, Camille, we didn't even talk about that, the screenshots. So I hadn't seen that before. Yes. I was like, can that real like, was that real? Anyways, I thought that was cool. And before I get too lost into it, Annadale had a question. Currently using tab extend, but it has some storage limits. How about TabsFolder? Which does bring up a good point, good question. As people start saving screenshots or photos inside notes, let's say via copy paste, how does that affect their storage limits?
So we will also have storage limits, unless maybe in the future we add some kind of Dropbox support. But unfortunately, storage costs everybody on servers that we have to pay for storage as well. So we can't go unlimited. You can have unlimited bookmarks, but we can't do unlimited storage, because basically you could add a full, whatever, you could add web pages from the whole internet. Yeah, Wikipedia, since it's unlimited, right? So it's unlimited bookmarks, but storage will be tiered with the 1.5 release.
Perfect.
Also, Camille, as you were doing the demo, I don't know if it's just me, but I noticed there was actually the interface was a lot snappier. It also seemed like a lot more fluid. Any changes in the back end that may have contributed to that, or is just my imagination here?
No, Praveen, it's not your imagination. The whole UI is totally redone. It's written in React, so it's modern,
Okay.
modern language. It's very fast. It's from Facebook. All the Facebook apps are written in React. And so we switched from pure JavaScript in TabsFolders 1.4 to the React engine. And it's a lot faster, a lot smoother in performance. So yeah, thank you for noticing. It's hoping this will benefit the community. That's why we also had to hire on some more talent in React, a new developer for the React engine, because it's something that we didn't have expertise in before, and we made the decision that for 2.0 we really have to switch to the best technology available, since it's a major rewrite of a lot of the code that we had from 1.4 to 2.0 and really to 1.5, because 1.5 is already the rewrite of the whole UI, which took us most of the time in development. So thank you for noticing that it's snappier, and looking forward to getting it onto your computer by Monday.
Okay, great.
By Monday, okay. That's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
like I said, we're submitting it to the Chrome store tomorrow. So usually they take 48 hours to approve a release. With if there's no issues, then within 48 hours they roll it out to the public. So
there we go. Okay, so we got a few questions, but I want to point this out. Hey guys, for those of you who are joining us and it says Facebook user, that's kind of important because we're doing giveaways based on your comments, right? So if you never give StreamYard permission and Facebook user wins, we don't know who that Facebook user is to give the giveaway to, right? So please give StreamYard your approval at streamyard.com/Facebook. I'll put it up on the screen. That way, the comments that you guys leave can help you get entered into the giveaway at the end of the show. Let me go ahead and drop it up on the screen. So just go ahead and follow the instructions here. I see that we do have a few comments coming in from Facebook user. Guys, sorry, we don't know who that is. So if you were to win, we don't know who to give the prizes to. So just follow that URL that you see right there. So that way, this doesn't end up being you, because if Facebook user wins, we don't know who to give away that our weekly live stream code to. Jumping on down, Facebook user says copying into the new notes is awesome. I totally agree with you there.
Oh, I have a question for you, Camille. The notes. Is it possible to search through the notes right now, or is that
no,
separate
that's coming in 1.6. So right
Okay,
now we're adding and removing, but in 1.6 is coming in 2 weeks. So we'll be adding search to notes, and in 1.6 we're also planning to add starring. And so starring being favorites, so we'll also add that to search, that you can search for within the favorites only.
starring Bruce.
Yes. I'll have a Bruce bookmark in my collection.
Well, actually, is that something that was part of the refresh, that we can now list like the recents bar, or do we want to, or is it the favorites bar that's up at the top of that UI refresh in 1.5?
So it's recent tabs. I demoed it last week, but let me demo it again, since we're doing the full demo. So
Sure.
let me put my screen back up. In basically 1.5, we've added the recents tab, which you can, again, as I mentioned before, minimize and maximize. But it shows you the last tabs that you opened in tabs folders. So, or clicked on, viewed, in essence, that they were in the foreground. In TabsFolders 1.6, there will be another menu item here, and that will be the favorites/starred items that I mentioned. But to show you how the recent tabs works is, if we open something like browser. Oh no, browser memory load is a big folder. Why don't I just click another tab here? google.com. Another will be, let's see, yahoo.com. And then if we open another window and we can go to Facebook, for example. And then, so now I have two windows open, but imagine, I have 10 or 15 windows open and I'm switching in between them. So TabsFolders will now keep track of every tab that I clicked on. So right now it shows I clicked Yahoo, Facebook, new tab, Google, and sharing bookmarks. So as you see, sharing bookmarks and Yahoo, etc., are in this window, but Facebook is now in another window. If I don't have it in the front, then, and if I have 15 windows, I'm looking for a specific tab. You could previously, with TabsFolders, just open Windows and tabs, and either open the tabs here and get a listing, / you could search. So if I search for Facebook, it comes up in open windows and tabs, and I could click on it. But this required for you to actually click on the search bar and type Facebook. Now with TabsFolders, it appears right here. So all you have to do is go back to TabsFolders, activate TabsFolders, which you can do with a hotkey, and then double click on Facebook, and you're here. So I think that makes it a lot faster, that the last 10 tabs are listed in this view. So if you're working in 5 windows and you're switching back and forth between the tabs, boom, you can just switch to TabsFolders and quickly access what you were looking for if you lose a window. So that's the recent tabs functionality that is in TabsFolders 1.5. And as I mentioned, in 1.6, we'll also be adding the starred items tab. And the starred items will be any bookmarks. So let's say if you have a folder or a bookmark, you can start individual bookmarks or folders, and they will show up in that favorites bar. So you can then, let's say you're working on 2 projects or 3 projects, you can have them in the favorites or start tab, and just click on the start, right click on the folder, and say open in a new window. Then when you're done with working on that project, close it and go back to favorites, open the second project. So again, instead of just searching having to search in your bookmarks collection, it's a lot easier to simply add it to the starred items, and it comes up as a list, instead of having to open, for example, like this window, the browser memory load, etc., or saved sessions. There's multiple levels in the tree that you have, like clients, for example, specific clients, specific project. That would take a while to actually be clicking down and finding those specific bookmarks or folders. The starred items will make that a lot easier. So that's the recent tabs for now, and starred items in TabsFolders 1.6 coming in 2 weeks.
Who would have thought that something so small like that would make such a huge impact? Like, I saw that and I was just like, oh, that is hugely helpful. Like, I'm sitting there gazing at the UI of the recent tabs, right? And I'm like, that's so simple, but yet so extremely helpful. I feel like I'm underestimating that. But it looks like from a lot of the comments, like we just got double-digit comments, we just got a lot of hearts from that. There's positive reaction to that. Like, people are just that caused quite a positive reaction where people are like engaging a little bit more.
Yeah, because it's sometimes in development some things are whatever, that it's a lot of steps to do something. It's a big complicated feature, but you don't do it often. Versus the recent tabs, I mean, you're switching on a browser all day. You're switching between windows and tabs, and like if you're doing any type of research, right away you open 3, 4, 5 windows because you're trying to separate the tabs by, by topic or whatever. And at least I get lost every day that I had to go back to tabs folders. And like I said, that's why you first added the search feature in open windows and tabs. Now we've made it even faster that it's added with the recent items. And let's say, if you're watching YouTube and you have like 10 or 15 YouTube videos open, yeah, you could type YouTube in tabs folders, but again, the list will come up and you'll have to search which one you were actually playing, which actually YouTube video is playing in the list, because not always does the browser kind of show that speaker item, or if you have 2 or 3 videos that are playing. The last one that you clicked on and played is in the recents list, and you can go back to it so much faster. So I hope it'll be a favorite feature for users.
Well, a lot of people are definitely responding well. We have a lot of them that we have to cover, so let me start shotgunning them, and we got to do really fast responses. Okay, yeah. So hello all. Question to Camille. I use Google Chrome bookmarks. Why should I use your product? And genuine question. Sounds like a new user. They obviously haven't verified themselves with StreamYard, but hey, thank you very much for joining us and appreciate you.
Yes. So as we were mentioning earlier, don't know if you joined our live stream earlier, we've just added notes. With notes, you can add a lot more to bookmarks than with Google Chrome's built-in bookmarks. We're also releasing, we have sharing in tabs folders that you can very easily share a whole collection, a tree of folders. In TabsFolders 1.6, we're also upgrading that to have different views on the share, that you'll be able to share or view the shared folders in the current tree view that as we have now. Plus, you'll be able to view it in kind of an Instagram icon view, let's say, or icon view, that you have icons with picture of the Facebook, not Facebook, there's an image that you save, open graph image for each website, so that'll come up on the share, plus the share name, and plus the notes that you've added to each share.
You're saying like kind of like tile views? Is that what you mean?
Tile. Yes. So thank you, Praveen. Okay. It's the tile view from Instagram. So tabs folders will automatically load the open graph image if a website has one, and display it in that tile view. It's the same thing like when you share your website on Facebook in a comment. Facebook automatically loads that image from each website, and then any notes that you add will also be kind of in a small box below that share. So it will be a lot more descriptive if you want to quickly create a content. You're in a rush, you're doing, working with a team of copywriters, and you just want to you're working on a story, boom, you get 10 links to the story, the images come up, and your little comments, notes you write for each one, and you just share the page. Everybody, that'll take you 5 minutes or less, 2 minutes, depending on how quickly you write your notes. But you can share that with a team instantly, and they get it in a nicely consumable format, like a tile view that people quickly see the pictures, etc. So that's some of the feature, not to mention deduplication, adding, as we mentioned in TabsFolders 2.0, we have a full team sharing, control of security when you're sharing with your team. So there's a lot more features. It's like saying, what's the difference between a Chevy and a Ferrari? They're both cars. Well, yes, they're both cars, but TabsFolders has a lot more features. So if you need those features, if you work with bookmarks every day, if you spend a lot of time in the browser, you'll see the product value in TabsFolders.
So are you saying that TabsFolders is the Ferrari of Chrome or browser extension tools? I see
Well,
the
let's say
analogy that you were trying to do there.
I like Ferraris, so that's that's the thing. Both cars have four wheels, but you kind of get the basics in a Chevy, and that's what Chrome provides. It's a
That's
basic bookmark manager, right?
so here's another reason why that's a really good analogy. It's because tabs folders, because of its tab sleep function, actually helps you run your browser faster. So like a Ferrari, it will actually go faster.
I was actually going to
Thank
use
you.
like a Tesla. Praveen, it's funny you said that. I was going to use the example of a Tesla Roadster, right? The
Okay.
Tesla Roadster's, speed and then saves on gas. Well, in the case of a browser, it'll save on memory. That's where I was going to go with it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
That works
And
too.
actually gas and electricity, because when we sleep tabs automatically in tabs folders, with tabs folders, you actually save electricity because your computer doesn't burn up as much electricity.
So then I'm
The
going to say the
processor
Tesla
runs.
would probably be a little bit more accurate then. You could save on your electric bill by using tab folders. Okay. All right, guys, we're going down to the next one. The Facebook user who didn't get verified yet says that they've heard good things about tabs folders and would like
Thank
to know
you.
what's
Glad to hear.
changed on the update. So quick recap, we have notes, UI refresh that included coding and visual aspects, and one of those visual aspects was the UI feature of recents. So there you go. 1.6 will have favorites, a little favorites tab that Camille just covered. Thank you for joining us. Okay, Gilar, awesome. Hello, howdy. Ranveer, any new updates? Plenty. Hope you've been watching us, Ranveer. We've been covering them all day today. Can you see my name? Yes, Gilar. Satya, yes, we can. Thank you for joining us. Any updates on the application? Yes, we have been giving more updates. So whoever this is, John Doe or Jane Smith, please go ahead and John Doe, please go ahead and get Facebook approved. You see that StreamYard link right down there below. Hugs Johnson, howdy. Thank you for joining us.
I don't know. Is
So-
somebody really named Hugs?
Hugs Johnson.
Wow.
I'm not even kidding. That's what it is.
Yeah, maybe let's go to the questions, or comments that the UI looks better than 1.43. Like as I was mentioning, it took us a long time to rewrite everything in React, but that's the whole goal. Well, redesign first, obviously, and rewrite in React. So thank you for the compliment, Andy. Looking forward to getting it in your hands and testing next week. Then I guess
Go ahead.
next question was, is team members included with this update? Not yet. Team members is 2.0, which is coming in about 4 to 6 weeks, basically, at the pace we're going at now. Like I said, the UI refresh redo took the longest time. So that's done now. Now we will be adding simply features at a much faster pace. So we're looking 4 to 6 weeks for teams to be fully live in TabsFolders and the 2.0 release, as we call it, with all the features. Once all the features are in it, which is notes, tags, starring, team folder sharing, that's what we will officially call the 2.0 release, and that's 4 to 6 weeks.
People are jumping in and happy. Facebook user says, can I get keyword research or searches from recent tabs?
Keyword searches from recent tabs. Not sure what that means. Could you, if you're still online, could you elaborate more? I'm guessing maybe like searching of, I'm understanding this as if you click on search and you can search the recent tabs, which we could probably add, but not sure if that'll provide as much value because you only get 10 recent tabs. So that list is kind of, once you go over 10, the 11th tab is added as the newest tab, but then the first one is removed. Yeah.
That answers Anadil's question right there. Anadil, I hope you were listening into that. You have 10 recent tabs before it starts to cycle.
Yes. With start items and favorites, it'll be different. It'll be kind of an indefinite list. But we'll see if searching is necessary. I think we will search that. In search, you'll be able to again click on start items, but it'll list in the tree view that we have below the search instead of in that favorites bar. But we'll see. Maybe we'll limit both. The UX is still being kind of ironed out on that one. So
got it. Let's see what else. Andy, do the recent tabs track across various browsers?
no. So currently it's only to the current device. It's not across all browsers. Because you have to basically, when you double click on the tab, it has to be able to open in this browser. It can't, TabsFolders can't jump across and control another browser. At this point, I guess we could, thinking about it, set up a communication to transfer device ID, etc.
Display what tabs the user had clicked on the most recently. Which would make sense if let's say you're working between two different computers at home, or one at work and one at home. You want to see where did you leave off from. That recent tabs does make sense, assuming those tabs are part of your.
So let me rephrase, or let me explain more. The recent tabs are kind of only the recent tabs that you've clicked on.
Right.
We are
tabs inside TabsFolders.
Yes, so that's not saved tabs. We will have a recent items, which will be another menu feature here, and that will be what you've recently saved or opened, and that will be synchronized across devices and tabs folders. Recent tabs is only in this browser, and it basically, if you're you can only be in one place at kind of one time. So each browser has its own recent tab list. So if you're working on Edge and Brave, even at work on one computer. So if you're on Edge, you have your recent tabs from Edge. If you switch to Brave, it's the recent tabs from Brave that you were doing. So you should be able to find what you're looking for quickly. And this list clears when you restart the browser. So it's only like the current working set. The next one, like I said, next menu item will be favorites, and then recent items, which will be stuff you've opened from TabsFolders and saved, and that will be shared across all browsers. So because that deals with the bookmarks folder, which is synchronized across all your devices.
So it wouldn't be a bad idea then, let's say they step away from their browser, if it could shoot up to TabsFolders and say, hey, these are the last 10 tabs they opened on Chrome. But then let's say they go to their Microsoft Edge browser at home, and they open up their tabs folders and they see what were the last 10 tabs that I opened on Chrome at work. I can continue that research on a different browser at home because they were able to see those recents, just sitting at the tabs folder extension.
So you can already do that because your saved session, all you have to do is configure TabsFolders to save your session every 15 minutes, 10 minutes. And you go to your, at work in your saved session folder, it should automatically save all your open windows to the saved session folder every 15 minutes. If you go home, just open up the saved session folder and your whole list of saved windows is there. That's what you were working on last.
So then maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to have on that recents tab, one of the tabs be your most recent session.
That could be. We could definitely add that.
Another user was Andy's request.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So it does. So it's already really there. You just have to. We can add it to that bar. Another kind of request from a user was maybe what Andy is asking, and alluding to as a little bit of a different feature, what's called a shared session between all your browsers and devices. And that's something where tabs folders would automatically open and close your tabs. So if I'm on Brave and I open a new tab, and tabs folders is open on my in Edge on the same computer, it would automatically open this same tab in Edge. And that was kind of the allusion, what the user asked about recent tabs, about synchronizing between different browsers. It's kind of the same feature. It's like a shared session, but that's how should I say? I mean, it's a request from users, but right now it will take quite a bit of programming to implement that. So right now it's lower on the priority list. Because you can already do that with again with saved sessions, and adding the saved session to the recents kind of folder, that we can do definitely easily. But we do have this feature in mind, like the global session, because it would actually allow you to do cool things like you're working on Chrome, but or let's say you're working on Microsoft Edge, because at work you're only allowed to work on Microsoft Edge. Then with tabs folders, you can actually sync your open tabs to Chrome automatically at your home computer or wherever, and Chrome automatically synchronizes the open tabs to Android. So you can have, even though Edge doesn't, I'm guessing it doesn't support syncing to your mobile device to Chrome, you could actually do that. But that's something that, from the programming side, it's a bit more complicated. So I think we will rate this feature on how important it is to users compared to other features in the request list.
So I guess that gives us a good opportunity to put that up on the screen. So guys, we have the tabs folders URL here regarding road mapping, as well as there's a voting section too for suggesting features. So someone please put that up on the roadmap, and then guys, go ahead and vote on it. How important is it where you can sync all of your tabs simultaneously from a session that's open, from, let's say, Brave to Google Chrome to Microsoft Edge, all simultaneously? I like that idea.
Yeah.
That way you can just come home and the same exact tabs, regardless of what browser you're using, are automatically open.
And actually, Bruce, if you could update that link, because the roadmap 2021 is more the 2021, the past roadmap. So the link to the actual current roadmap is just tabsfolders.com/roadmap, worldwideweb.tabsfolders.com/roadmap.
There you go, guys. Take a screenshot with your phone if you're watching on us on your mobile devices, and join us. There you go. Also, the URL right by Praveen's head. The QR code right by Praveen's head, and now right by my head. This guy will also have a list of all the links pertinent to today's live stream too, so don't forget that as well. Okay, let's move on down to the next question. That was a good one. Okay, good looking UI. There we go. UI is much improved. There you go, Camille. Give yourself a pat on the back.
Thank you. Our designers and developers more than me, but thank you. I will definitely forward that to the team.
There you go. Keen to know how keyword searches work on recent tabs. Does it read text from URLs or short texts? I think there were. Okay, I see what they're trying to position. Let's say you have 800 tabs open, right? And let's say it's really hard for you to understand what is the name or the title of all the tabs. Can you do a search of all current tabs open with your session?
Sorry, can you repeat that, Bruce? Can you do a search of all your tabs, right?
Right,
all the open
from
tabs.
Your current existing session. So if you have 800 tabs open, sometimes those tabs get really small where you just have an X and you can't read it. You don't understand that you don't know what the URL is. You know, when you're looking at the top of Chrome, Brave, Edge, it doesn't matter. You don't know what the title is unless you hover the mouse over each one. So it becomes useful if you have 400 tabs open to just do a quick search about what is, how can I find out, I'm doing research on oranges or apples. Okay. What's an easy way to do that search?
So the easy way is, let me demo this for you. I'm sharing my screen.
I read you
Let's
too, Ken. I
say,
read you. I knew exactly where you're going with it. I'm the same way.
okay,
I'm spread over 3 4K monitors here. I have the laptop in the middle and I have 2 screens. And I have, Pravina's laughed at me sometimes, 800 tabs, something like that open, right? I have 32 gigs of RAM, so I can do that. And it just becomes impossible to read. And so I don't want to hover my mouse over hundreds of tabs just to find one specific tab, right? And so I know what you're talking about there. You just want to find an easy way to search for a specific tab that is open at that time.
exactly. So right now, I mean, when you have on the screen, you have 2 YouTube video tabs. And yes, right now it's kind of easy to read them because you have Mr. Bean and Minecraft. So it's kind of easy. But when you have 50 tabs in one window, there's no way you can read because it's just a little icon. It's a little tab icon, and you can't read or find the tab you're looking for. So all you do is you go to Tabs Folders, you click on Open Windows and Tabs, so that you're searching Open Windows and Tabs. You click in Bean, you type what you're searching for, and there you go. Right away, Tabs Folders finds it from the Open Windows and Tabs, Mr. Bean. You double click on it, and there you go. Tabs Folders takes you to this tab.
But what if it's not a currently open one? In his case, he's talking about, well, I've done research and I've closed those tabs. Is there a way to do a search on, he's home, he did the search at work, and he closed the tabs, so they're no longer open?
Yes. So basically, then you would click, instead of Open Windows and Tabs, you would click on your session history, and you would type the search here. And
you would search in session history for your previous tabs that you had opened.
Yes. And basically, session history saves each folder by date. So let's see if oops. So so we know that in basically session history, we have something called pricing here, right? Or WYSIWYG. So I click on session folder, WYSIWYG editors, and boom, all my session, I have here the date, time, and the folder, the browser ID, which basically will be able to add a name to the browser ID. You'll be able to name your browsers in the future, or your device. But again, so this is the way to find the recent tabs, because it shows you the date of the saved session, and the last one is on top, of course. I mean, you can basically, depends how you sort it, but so I have my sort set up as date modified descending. So my latest saved sessions are first, and boom, right away you'll be able to find what you're looking for in the session history.
Tuhin, I agree with you also. And guys, that's a good way that yes, even though you're at home, you can still do a search from a different browser using tabs folders, because it saves your session history. So you're really just searching your previous sessions. That totally makes sense. And yes, that answers your question. Okay, moving on down to the next one. Can we have a Chrome screenshot feature from John Doe?
A Chrome screenshot. So you mean, I guess, capturing a website, a full website, like a screenshot of a website. That is one of the feature requests for the future, and we will work on that in the future Tabs Folders release. Yes.
Just don't forget, guys, just vote on it. Just vote on it. That lets us know how high of a priority it is that the community is looking for certain features that you'd like us to build out faster. Okay, moving on down to the next one. Roadmap is 404. Oh,
let me check
that really actually, I just updated it because it wasn't. I just added the link. Both work now if you click refresh, but the link to the roadmap is actually roadmap.tabsfolders.com. But now we have a redirect of, if you type worldwideweb.tabsfolders.com/roadmap, it redirects as well. So
this makes so much sense in the SaaS space, right? John Doe, who are you? All these comments are not counting towards the giveaway. The giveaway, I say, yes, the giveaway. How does this compare to the Logi browser? I'll have to play with it. I'm not familiar with the Logi browser.
Yeah, I've not heard of that either.
Yeah. Cheno, welcome. Howdy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got the answer. There you go. Hello. So another new Facebook user. Guys, please give StreamYard permission so we could say hello to you by name, and then you could have all your comments entered to be part of the giveaway at the end of today's stream. Can it preview YouTube bookmarks? Maybe show thumbnails? Where would you want that to show up? Where in the UI do you want that to show up?
I think maybe he's referring to like the tile view Camille was talking about earlier.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
When you're sharing in tile view, we could probably add that feature. If you could add it to the roadmap as a suggestion, definitely we'll look at, because we will be probably YouTube. I'm not sure what the Open Graph image is for a specific YouTube link. I'm guessing the picture of the YouTube video. But then we have the link, so it could actually start playing after a couple of seconds. You could probably add that code to the sharing page. Yeah,
exactly. Tuhin, if you didn't see last week's live stream, you should tune into that, because you could see, what was it, a 400% savings in RAM memory when you used Microsoft Edge with TabsFolders compared to Google Chrome with TabsFolders. It was such a huge difference. It was just night and day. Like, there was just... We've talked about it before, but I was blown away with the actual hard data that Camille was he had displayed and showed on screen during the live stream. I had said that would be an interesting use case to see, the breakdown, and he actually did videos in real time, that he had recorded to show you how much memory you're saving using Edge with TabsFolders. So I would be on the lookout for that. Look out for that live stream that we did last week.
And even more Chrome, because Chrome is less memory efficient. So TabsFolders automatically snoozes those tabs, and you get a lot less memory used in Chrome than you do without TabsFolders. Also, we're working on a blog post with all the details, screenshots, etc. That will be coming out pretty soon. Just as soon as we get the release out of TabsFolders, we'll have some time to focus on some other priorities, but that's also in the works.
Thank you, Camille. Anadil, any plans to add a historical view as well? Which wouldn't be bad to have that as one of the items in a recent tab. Any plans to add a historical view so I know everything from one place, TabsFolders, instead of using Chrome history?
Yeah, we can definitely add that. Like I said, we're the recent tabs that we now added, instead of deleting from that list, we could save it somewhere to TabsFolders, like a TabsFolders history folder, and it could be obviously searchable. Yeah,
I'm feeling I feel like the direction of where that UI of the recent is going is turning into like a shortcut section also.
Yeah. So
based
it's
on this
start,
conversation,
favorites, shortcuts.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that's where it's going.
But Anadil, if you could add that suggestion to, again, the TabsFolders roadmap, I would be grateful, so that everybody can vote on it, and we can prioritize it for the whole user base.
I do like that idea, though. I mean, Anadil, that makes sense. It should also just be easily retrievable, right? Let's say it was one of the items on the shortcut, and let's say it's an item that's pinned to the right side. Okay, we know that when we click on it, that'll be a combined browser history of all the browsers that we own, regardless if it's a laptop, desktop, or workstation, with the browse history combined all into one. I like that idea. And I think, this gives me an idea for,
after we released 2.0 with Teams, that you could actually create a shared team browser history if the team would like that, right? So I mean, obviously you have some privacy issues, etc., but there's a possibility if the team members allow it and they want to share what they're looking for, to automatically share the research that they've done today or something like that. So that's something we will consider.
Praveen, let's talk about corporate America real quick. You doing that? And well, Camille, I'll put it out there too. That also works good from a supervisor standpoint, because the supervisor can then see, or the team manager can see, what staff or what members of the team are doing active research, right? They can,
yes, yeah.
You can see based on the browser history if you share it with Teams. So it's like, could we see that used for maybe enterprise practices? Because maybe it's
you can,
on the web.
because I mean, there's antivirus software in a corporate environment already does this, right? It's just logged on a server that only the administrator gets to see. So it's a question of security and permissions, how to handle this within a team environment, who gets access to it, etc. So for now, I think it's an idea. Definitely, the history of your individual private history across your devices, we can definitely add, and maybe in the Teams feature, we'll see how it works out in companies, if there's a need / a want for sharing of the history feature. So
Real-time,
definitely
yeah,
a great idea, because that's something you can't get from a single browser, right? Chrome gives you the Chrome history and Edge, but you can't merge them if you don't remember if you searched for a website or found a website on your work computer or your home computer. It was 3 weeks ago and you don't remember where you were searching for it. A joint history that you can search would probably be a great feature.
I agree. I totally agree with you. Whether it be VAs that are trying to help out their supervisor, virtual assistants, or let's say it's team collaboration and the manager wants to oversee what everyone is working on, I agree with that. Now, I'll put this out there. If other companies take that idea, even though we talked about it publicly, guys, you know who they are. If you see someone else come out with that feature, you know where you heard it from first also. So don't forget to let the community know, hey, TabsFolders talked about it on the live stream first, et cetera, et cetera. So I wouldn't be surprised if people get ideas from watching this show.
But we heard it first from Anadil. So
there you go.
Thank you, Anadil.
Okay, I'm going to do a speed read. Capturing with the tagging text will be killer. I think you mean screen capture with the tagging text would be killer. Okay, I could see that, but that means you have to add an extra step of, after the screenshot, maybe add a word or several words pertaining to the tags of that screenshot if we go down that route.
Yes, I'm guessing it's a whole thing, maybe like Evernote, where you capture the screenshot and then you're able to tag and kind of edit it. I'm guessing that's what the feature is. Some more description again on the TabsFolders roadmap would be amazing if you could send us that feature request with more detail. Because in the show it's from one comment. It's I'm not fully understanding it, so it'd be great if you add more info.
Here we go. And this is to continue what Tuhin was saying about YouTube previews. Yes, in the tile view for YouTube video bookmarks with their thumbnails. Yep, got it. Thank you, Tuhin.
Yep.
Chenna was saying, please ignore the new tabs in recent tabs and session history. Please ignore new tabs.
Yes. That basically he means that when you open a new tab, it just lists a new tab.
A blank tab, you mean?
Maybe. I'm not sure if we want to ignore it. I mean, if you open a new tab in a window and you want to get back to it. So basically, let me share my screen again. I think Chenna is saying that, see here, you have a new tab. So when you open a new window and it says new tab,
there's
then
nothing
you
there.
type in, Yeah, there's nothing there. So maybe that's something definitely we'll look at it, because the point is, when you open a new window, it's fine, it doesn't make sense. But then when you open a new tab in this window, and then you go back to this window, and you want to go back to the window with a new tab, I mean, you could probably search for it here, new tab. That's one way. Slash in tabs folders would be to just click on it. So I think we'll take a look. Thank you, Chana, for the feedback. I guess we'll bounce it off users. I think in after the 1.5 release, because right now we have a code freeze. We can't make any changes anymore to this release. So this will be going out, tomorrow to the web stores. But we'll definitely take that feature request into consideration for the next TabsFolders 1.6 release.
Thanks, Camille. Justin, roadmap is actually, yes, that is the destination. Actually, that one still works. So
well,
just FYI.
Yes, I mean, we don't use it because that one could change in the future. So that's why we use tabsfolders.com/roadmap, or more roadmap.tabsfolders.com. Those are ones that will be stable, that if we change anything in the back end, they'll always be the same, versus this link could change in the future. So
okay, moving on down. What about comparisons with SuperDense? I have yet to play with it, and I've never heard of that before. Hey guys, if I don't know something, I'll tell you I don't know something.
I've seen it briefly, and I believe SuperDense, all it has is like the icons of the bookmarks and nothing else, which gets really super dense in the layout because it's hard to find them. I mean, imagine like having, like, if, for example, if you visited one website where it uses like the same fave icon, right? It uses the same, and then you're saving like 20 different bookmarks. They're all there clustered together. You have no idea like which one to click on. I mean, unless they changed it, I don't know. That's what I remember when I saw it. So I just that never really appealed to me as like it seemed very limiting to how many bookmarks you could practically save there and be able to like use it quickly.
Yeah, same when I tried it a while ago. I had 30 YouTube videos for a research topic in one window, and there was no way I could differentiate between them. Maybe they have updated and changed. We'll definitely take a look, but in the meantime, I think our approach works pretty well with recent tabs / saving, of course, what you want to save. But again, like I said, just like with iOS and Android, different features for different user base. Some people like iOS, some people like Android. So,
thank you. Justin was saying that Logi is going to be more for multi-login than bookmark and curating. Okay, cool. Thank you. Also, Logi is found on JVZoo or Technic Force, which I don't think he likes or cares for. Justin, and I agree with you on this one. A sidebar pop-out view of tab folders would be awesome, similar to the way the Manganum extension works, where it's like maybe it's from the side.
Yeah.
It's a vertical, which we've seen before with all of these update log services, right? And I agree with you, Justin. Then it becomes another dashboard to play with, essentially. So, Camille, I'm going to put something out there. That becomes a good place to have a separate workspace for your team-based area, right? I just mentioned that because everything that you see is just basically on your own activity. Having the sidebar layout be the team-based activity would also, I don't know, to me seems more appropriate than inserting it extra into the additional current dashboard that we have now.
I'm not. Maybe I'm. Thank you, Bruce. I guess I'm reading this as. To me, it sounds like Justin is saying that to have the tabs folders tree of your bookmarks simply be on a small like side window. So it takes like 20% of your screen on the left side, and then you can just click between stuff you're opening, and your browser is on the right side. So it's like a dual window, but the tabs folders is always up on the front of on the left side. That it's a window that's open. I think if I may demo it again, let me open my screen. I think what he means is something like this. That say you have. I think this is what he means. Like that, right?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, you can. I mean, you can do this right now with tabs folders. If you minimize this, I'm not sure about this. Maybe we will make this side menu also hideable.
I like that idea.
Just want to have
Camille, yeah. I will tell you, I love that idea of making it hideable. I'm one of those people. The first thing I do is I hide the sidebar, and I get annoyed when I don't have the ability to close it myself. Just FYI, because I have too long. You know, I have two landscape monitors, right? So I want sometimes the most amount of real estate possible, and I can't do that when I can't minimize that menu on the left.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll definitely add that option. It's to be able to hide that menu in probably the next release 1.6 or the next one. So
exactly. All right. Cool. There we go. And then Justin, he's saying a better comparison between tabs folders and other tools would be like Workona, Clearly, Toby. Yes, Justin, I totally agree with you on that. Justin saying not a pinned sidebar. Again, take a look at Magnanimous. See an exceptional method of doing this. Will do, Justin. Thank you very much. Yeah. I do like the idea of how Camille currently has that preview on the right-hand side that you can click it and it retracts, basically, right? And then you could have another one right below that existing retracting arrow and say, you know, this is team activity, and you click that, and it's another menu that pops up. So you're having, when it's retracted, you're having like a menu of right-handed triggers or, you know, retraction.
Yes. Yeah. Like a tab, for example, that right now it's this info about your file, but here we could have another tab like team activity or something. So in the future, yeah, the UI is flexible this way that we can add stuff on the right tab, while on the left tab is the menu. Right now it's like the dev menu, all the extra stuff we have here, but this will also be expanding with more kind of features and views of tabs folders. But we will definitely add the button to minimize this menu so that you can have your full screen real estate with the tabs folders, panels, so you can see the largest, fill the whole screen, etc. But again, yeah, also with side view, as I mentioned, or sidebar Magnum, we'll take a look and see how it's implemented there to see if that's something we could add to tabs folders.
Alrighty, guys, and that will be the last comment of the day. So let's go ahead and start the drawing. Here we are.
And while we're doing that, hello,
Andy.
Congrats, Andy. Congratulations. Thank you for joining us and your great questions.
Hey, Praveen, where's that drum roll? We forgot it again.
Next time.
No. So Andy, just reach out to us on the Facebook group or to me personally, and I'll send you the codes that you've won. A quick shout out to the last question, I guess, from Daniel. Basically, Daniel, just look through this live stream. We've been speaking about adding small notes to bookmarks most of the live stream. So just rewind to the beginning and you'll see your answer. Yes, you can definitely add it, and you'll see how to do it. Basically, it'll be out this week, Monday, hopefully, with Google approval. So.
Once 1.5 comes out after that approval, and 1.6 will include favorites, how much longer will 1.6 take to come out after 1.5 releases?
We're looking at a release schedule of every 2 weeks now, on average.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah.
Guys, that's good to know. So interesting. We now have like a set steady schedule of
Yes.
UI refresh updates coming in regularly, which we'll be recapping for you guys. Daniel, you're very welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us. Guys, this is an exciting period, and we've been building up to this for it almost seems like kind of like a year that we've gotten to this level of excitement based on feedback that we've gotten from you guys, updates, syncing requests, new feature updates, refreshes. So it's coming to fruition, right? So now's the time to buy it before the cost starts to increase, which we've already had some cost increases or price increases, right? So before it starts to increase further, get your purchases now. You guys can see that Camille and the team are hard at work at executing on that roadmap as we're displaying to you every week. I mean, now you can see that there's actual, I don't want to call them micro updates, but the incremental updates are coming that are substantial. Notes, UI
cadence, yes.
Those are big, right? We've been waiting for that for a while, guys. We're getting it. Now's the time to go ahead and do your team purchases so you can get multiple licenses. I'm looking forward to passwords when that comes out because I have several customers that I want to manage that with, right? Now's the time to purchase that ahead of time before the cost gets so high that it's not appealing or attractive anymore. Now's the time to purchase it. You can see the UI refresh. It's coming this week, which is the first UI refresh of 1.5. There's more coming down the line too. So guys, thank you for sticking in with us. It's been over an hour. Love all the hearts. Love all the comments. This was an exciting show. There was a lot of interactivity. So thank you guys for sticking with us throughout this whole time. This was a long one.
Likewise, thank you very much. And thank you, Bruce and Praveen, for being on the show and asking great questions and comments. Looking forward to next week's show and to the update coming out. Thank you, everybody, and have a great evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are around the world.
Take care, guys.
Take care. Bye.